All right, Jim, I believe that we are live. We're off to the races. We see everybody funneling in here.
We
Excited to
are.
have everybody on the line with us here tonight.
Woo. They're coming in fast, Cullen. Hey, tell us where you are from as you come in. I always love to know where people are from. If you can throw that in the chat, that's always great. We're going to move quick today because, Cullen, we have about 25 minutes or so, and we've got a lot of great things that we want to share with people and recap.
We do. And as we know, we're coming out of an absolutely incredible international convention, ICON 2023. And we just want to make sure each and every one of you are ready to hit the ground running and keeping things simple.
That's right. You know, Cullen, you did a tremendous job at ICON when you were had brain surgery on you. I think that was one of my favorite moments. And one of the things you did when you had the brain surgery is you came out and you had some ideas of what people could do and how they could build the business. And, you know, our first slide that you guys see here, we're talking about a monthly accountability activity report and plugging into the GMTSS and going for those local area challenges. Now, one of the things I wanted to, I just got off another call with the Northeast, and one of the questions was, what is the best thing that I can do? What is the best thing we can do to build a team? The best thing in the world you can do is to hold yourself accountable. It's to get with a couple people and to do the things that need to be done. You know, whether it's listening to the audios. I'm a big believer in putting the right things into your brain, because if you don't, the negative things will get there. Reading 20 to 30 minutes a day, reading your goal statement. I actually, Cullen, I have my goal statement on my unfranchised marketing app, instead where it says my why. I've got my why and my goal. So every time I open, not the marketing app, the business app, every time I open that up, I see it immediately. So it guarantees me I'm reading it. Add two possibilities. One of the things, since I came home from the event, I said, you know what, I got to do everything we're teaching. That's the best way to be a leader in our company, is to do what's being taught. And I started making calls and writing things down. You know what I found out? I got to add more names, and I've got to organize a names list the way it should be to do it. I can't tell people to do it if I'm not doing it myself. And then, of course, trial size marketing, placing orders. Today I placed an order for 2 canisters of mocha tonics. I had one of those nightmare moments, Cullen, where I got down to get my coffee, which I always put a little mocha in, and it was empty. Somebody had emptied it. So I placed my order right away. Showed the plan last night. Trial run and follow up with people. Conduct HBPs, UBPs, and attend a GMTSS event every month. Where could I find this sheet, Cullen, if I wanted to track this exactly?
You're going to go right into support materials within your unfranchised folks. Make sure you go down to support materials, download the weekly activity report, keeps you in the game, print off 52 of these, one for every single week, or at least commit all the way through Leadership Academy. Because listen, you know, if you invest the time and energy to be at ICON, that you're in it to win it. So now it is the time to print it off and make sure that you stay focused and stay the course, as the late great Dennis Franks would say. And of course, we have incredible events coming up. You're going back to your hometowns. You have local seminars, unfranchised business presentations happening. We have regional conventions coming up. You're going to have one in the Southeast region is having a convention. And then, of course, we have the Northeast. We have Canada. They have a regional convention coming up. So just make sure you get plugged into whatever's going on in your geographic area. And they probably have a local area challenge that's happening, which will feed right into doing these result producing activities that we're focused on here. And all of that feeds into, of course, the Master UFO program, right, Jim? And there's obviously incredible benefits to becoming a Master and franchise owner, not just the reward of building your business and building out an incredible customer base, but also commission checks, but also we give benefits to those people that are leading by example.
Yeah, that's right. And some of those benefits include things like free shipping for 6 months if you hit Master UFO. It includes a second designated placement. You know what I love on that, Cullen, is when you sponsor someone, you get 90 days for the placement anyway, right? Every time we sponsor someone new, we get 90 days to put volume in there. But now we also get a second designated placement. And the third thing, which is new this year, is preferred customer leads. So what's going to happen? Anyone who hit Master UFO in the second quarter of the year will, as of October 1st, start getting leads that come into the company. People who want to order products will start being farmed out to these unfranchised owners who hit it. Now you say, well, I didn't know that. I would have tried harder. Should have tried anyway. But now, as we go into the fourth quarter, if you hit it in the fourth quarter, now that you know, then you would get that in the second quarter of the new year. It's always 1 quarter away, but this is a great enhancement to the plan to have this and to do it. You know, when you were talking about the accountability before, Cullen, one last thing I wanted to add is find a teammate, find somebody. It can be Crossline, it can be one of your someone in your, but find someone to do the accountability with. Don't just do it on your own. Get together every week for half an hour, 45 minutes, and talk about what you're doing, strategize and plan. Having a teammate will make it move a lot faster.
Absolutely. And each and every one of you can track how you're doing with Master UFO criteria within your management reports. Underneath your business icon, go down to management, go to reports there, and then you will click on Master UFO. It'll tell you exactly where you're at with that. One other download we wanted to share with you, everybody that attended International Convention, we also had a resource, a retailing resource. And as you can see, we have it in English and we have it in Chinese. But in this incredible resource, as you guys know, it was Retail and Friday, and we went through so many different segments, teaching everybody how to retail, like a full 360 degrees, the approach all the way through closing the sale, getting referrals, you name it. But this document has a plethora of links that fit the different topics that were taught from the main stage, step by step by step, how to grow a successful retail business. Take one, master it, and watch your retail soar just from that. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that is a great download thank you for putting that together, Cullen, and organizing that with everything that happened on Friday. Did a great job with it. You know, one of the things we want to talk about tonight, and we want to spend probably more time on if we can, is a limited time jumpstart promotion that's going on. And, you know, that took effect August 26th. Any new person that is coming into the business as of August 26th, this will affect it. And what does it mean? It means in our normal compensation plan, the one we all maybe sort of grew up with as we talk about it, that when you got to 12 and 12, you got a $300 check with that. Well, now what we're talking about is that first pay cycle, the one that goes 0 to 1,200, breaking that into bite-sized bits so that people can get paid faster. We're going to run this promotion for a year, and then we're going to reevaluate it again. Why are we running it? The reason we're running it is because we're hoping this will stimulate people to build out that organization. We know when people see success, they tend to do more. Cullen, do you want to jump into how that gets split?
Yeah, you guys, it's as simple as taking that first $300 commission check and breaking it up 3 different ways. So first, when an unfranchised owner hits 300 BV on the left and 300 BV on the right, they will receive a $75 commission check. And then when they hit the next threshold, which is 600 BV on the left, 600 BV on the right, they'll get another check for $75. And then when they get up to the 1,200 BV on the left, 1,200 BV on the right, they will receive the balance of that $300, which is a $150 commission check. And at that point is when they will hit the coordinator level with the company, just like we've always done in the history of the company, which is exciting. And then keep in mind, in the blue there, you can see at the bottom, please keep in mind this only applies to the new unfranchised owners first time through the pay cycle. Again, to Jim's point, we're stimulating faster payouts to obviously get people excited. Remember, this is always in addition to the retail profit that you're helping that new unfranchised owner generate as well. And so then therefore we're hitting the ground running. As Jim mentioned here at the top, and I should say too, that first slide that was a little bit blurry, that was a picture from everybody's support materials as well. This document you can find within support materials. When you go back, just put in Jumpstart, and then this will populate as a document each, and we broke it up into multiple slides. But just to make it simple so everybody can look through the steps of how this works, again, starting on August 26th, or later. So obviously moving forward, they got to be active and activated in accordance with the unfranchised manual, chapter 8, just like normal, in good standing with Market America's policies and procedures. And again, the breakdown on the pay cycle is the same that I just shared on the slide before. But the key element here, look at the asterisks at the bottom, folks. Each sponsoring UFO needs to ensure that the auto placement is set up correctly. You know, we're so used to setting up an auto placement, Jim, that rotates from our, you know, someone's left side to the right side, and it goes back and forth on orders that would manually be going into the system here. Well, we need to make sure all of that is going to the common leg until that new unfranchised owner activates, which of course, by them activating, they should have enough volume, of course, coming from sales that should push them over the 300 BV threshold, which means that $75 commission check will be coming. Now, we should note at this point, we are already working, the internal programming team is already programming a solution for this, which is going to default it to everybody's common side. So it's only going to go into one leg of the new UFO as a default. But as we know, sometimes new unfranchised owners get a little curious and they go in and start messing with stuff when they don't know exactly what they're doing. So we want to make sure you're having conversation with these new unfranchised owners up front as it's set up. It stays in the one side until they activate, because we don't want them to hit the threshold. They hit 300 and 300 on the business volume, but yet they're not activated. Well, they're going to forfeit that commission check, which is, Jim, it's the same thing that would happen if they hit 12 and 12 and they weren't activated, right?
Yeah. So Cullen, let's break this down a little bit more for everybody so that they can really put it together. So qualified obviously means they have to have 200 in their 001, personally sponsored, qualified unfranchised owner. Now, the reason when we say common leg, if I brought Cullen into my business and I put him on the 003 right side, he's on the right side of my business, his common leg would be his 003 right. So any volume that's placed, I would put into his 003 right. I would not put any in the left, because again, we don't want it to get to 300 and 300. If he's not activated, that would be a forfeit. This is actually going to make this really easy. I was talking to another team earlier and they loved it. We know now we put all the volume. So if I have a big order and I've got volume to place into my new guy, Cullen, I put it on the strong side and we're building the strong side. When he sponsors his first person, he's going to put them on his strong side. And then when he sponsors his second person, he'll put it on that inside leg. But if that person comes in for 200 BV, he'll be 100 away from a commission. If they come in with a fast start kit for 300 BV, then he's going to earn $75 right off the bat with that. That's the first part of going through that pay cycle. The second part is if you get to 600 and 600, now what happens? Well, I get another, Cullen said this, I get another $7,500 commission check. Well, at that point, though, I'm not going to receive that check until I do what's called a Form 1000. Form 1000 is showing that we did our $200 in retail sales. Now, I won't forfeit the check if I get there and I haven't done it. We'll have a 28-day hold on that check. But if I don't do it within 28 days, then I will forfeit it. So for my new people, what's this mean? It's exciting. It means I want to get them retailing right away. This is what our business is built on. We want them to get that Form 1000 done as soon as possible. The next bullet point you see is earning a commission during the first 3 Q date period could terminate the first quarter grace period. And I want to clarify this for people because some people didn't quite understand it. Let's say I'm the new person. I start my business 3 weeks or 4 weeks into starting. I now have sponsored my second person. I earned that $75 check. Everybody's high-fiving me. It's great. And I think, oh, does that mean that my BV starts right away on the next Tuesday? No, it doesn't. There's still that period of time that before it starts, it's not going to happen right away, but it is going to happen in the second month, not the first month and not the third month. So that'll start to happen quicker. I'll tell you one thing you can do to safeguard. It's something Frank Kiefer taught me years and years ago, Cullen. Frank told me, start people who come in the business on the second month right away anyway, because that way it's only 50 BV and you make sure that they don't mess up on the third month. It also takes care of this as we're talking about it. Now, if a UFO earns his first commission in red flushes, they can't participate in the promotion any longer. So if I earn my first $75, but then I don't do my minimum activity requirements, I'm no longer eligible for that promotion, and it'll just go when I get to 2,400 and 2,400 like it always has in the past. Now, this promotion subject to all other Market America policies and procedures. We reserve the right to audit any activities associated with it to make sure there's nothing weird going on with it. And we reserve the right to modify or terminate it. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. If we do it right, this promotion period is going to be one of the greatest things that has ever happened. It's going to allow us to have people who earn checks quicker. It's going to simplify where volume is placed because it's always put into the common side. And it's going to allow people to... Everybody knows that once you start building, BV matters more because it's leading towards commissions. So it's going to generate even more retail sales while we do this. So we're in a great, this to me, Cullen, is one of the most exciting promotions we've ever done as a company.
Absolutely. And everybody who knows, all of us, all of the management team, that's the whole thought process in all of our meetings is how can we enhance things to make things better? How can we get people paid faster? So anybody coming up with anything outside of that realm is fishing for something else. All right. At the end of the day,
Cullen, did I say 7,500? I meant $75.
You did at one point, but everybody had your back. Yeah, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And everybody's like, yeah, listen, really, so everybody's laughing because it was like, all right, might have been a slight misstep on that, but we had it in the chat and I put $75, of course, but on our way to $7,500, of course, that's what we're making happen. All right. So what's another enhancement that we've put together? Listen up to this.
Vyft is a cutting-edge digital wallet that pays cash simply for being a consumer. For every purchase made, consumers can earn extra cash in their wallet. Cash that can be saved, sent, or used with the touch of a button. Vyft enables unfranchised owners and Shop.com customers to access their earnings effortlessly via their preferred payout method, as well as earn an additional 1% cash reward on any purchase made in full utilizing the wallet. With Vyft, every purchase puts extra cash into your pocket, turning spending into cash. And for our unfranchised owners, there are additional capabilities and perks, such as instant access to retail profits and a 2% reduction in business costs when their preferred customers purchase using the wallet. Start earning cash today.
Hey, how amazing is that? And by the way, one other point I wanted to make that I was thinking of as I transitioned to that video, Jim, is that for those people that are very heavily focused on retail to recruit, which is a fantastic way to build it, by the way, we need to also look at the faster payout as a way to leverage that person who their comfort zone is retailing, which is fantastic. But at the same token, it's like, by the way, you're leaving money on the table. Like, well, you could already be earning commission checks. Like, you're already hitting thresholds like crazy going up this one side. And that's going to position somebody maybe to get a little more uncomfortable than they would have normally have gotten sooner in the game of building their business to then therefore get them activated. So then therefore they can receive these commission checks faster. So it's all in the positioning that we've always had to do as unfranchised owners in order to get people to paid faster, because a new person just doesn't understand it. So we got to leverage that in order to make it happen. But we're building using all of that. And then as we're doing it, where does the money go? How are we generating cash back and incentives into the Vyft wallet, Jim?
Well, what's great? This is actually a screenshot I got this morning from people who ordered overnight. And all of a sudden I went from like $5 to $100. You can see the 30 and 35 in new cash. And of course I saw someone, they love the cha-ching. I do too. I love the confetti that goes up. What this is doing is putting it right in front of people that they've got this cash. What does that do for us? And don't forget our customers. It allows them to see that. Now, remember, if you use this to order your products, you get an additional 1% back, Cullen, on that. So today I took that $100. I needed the 2 canisters of Mocha Tonics. I ordered them with my Vyft money. When I did, about a half hour later, I got another cha-ching that I'd just gotten another 1% back with that. So it's really great for us. It's great for our customers to be able to use and take advantage of it. Now, to get the 1% back, it has to be the full order. I just want to make sure everybody knows that. And you can't use it for half an order. It's got to be the full order is paid with Vyft.
Yeah. All right. And then also we wanted, we're not going to go into a huge dive on this because everybody knows that Jim and I recorded a video on this last week, but we definitely want to talk about it. Just make sure, again, as you're hitting the local area challenges and then therefore hitting master and franchise owner, building into regional conventions, but then also what's the bullseye? The bullseye is everyone should have printed off the chairman's challenge. What are you going to do with the dash? It began on August 26th. It'll end on February 23rd. And of course, the criteria was just a little bit more than it was last time, Jim, but our period of time to do this is a lot longer than before. Right. Before we made people do it in 90 days. Now we're giving people a lot longer to get it done, but you're going to sponsor 5 qualified unfranchised owners who are on auto ship. You have to activate 1 out of the 5, meaning we need to be duplicating and then printing. You know, who's rocking and rolling with us, who's making it happen. We're going to create 5,000 BV from personal use and customer orders. Hopefully the bulk of your 5,000 is coming from customer orders because that's what we're always teaching with base 10 as you're growing out a great customer base. And you're going to generate 500 IBV from personal use and customer orders. And you're going to listen to or watch at least 1 JR audio or video each week. And that's the only action item on that one, Jim, that someone's gonna have to take extra action on in order to input in what did they, you know, what did you listen to and what did you learn? That's it. Outside of that, the rest of it, Jim's going to auto track like it did this last time. And people are going to be able to see how they're doing with it, like the leaderboard. And I know everybody's loving that. So many of you came up to us at ICON and said how simple that made it for you. And that we're a fan of keeping it simple on all of us in the field. So that way we can just go do the result producing activities and the system can track our results. It's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah. And as you just said, Cullen, this is all going to be up on unfranchised.com like it was last time. There'll be a widget, there'll be the dashboard, there'll be the leaders. You'll see exactly how you're doing. And the only thing you have to put in, there'll actually be a spot where you will input what audio or video you listen to and what you learned. Again, filling the mind, which is one of the most important things we can do that we talked about right in the beginning of this session.
Absolutely. And then, of course, last on the list here, you're going to purchase at least 3 tickets to Leadership Academy. I know many of you have done that. If you haven't done that yet, we only have a few hundred tickets left. It's going quickly. You're going to want to get in the game to be committed to doing that. Matter of fact, the #1 assignment we would say to all of you, make sure the information we're sharing with you tonight, you're taking that information and you're sharing it with your entire organization. So that's #1. #2 is take an account of everybody in your organization, find out who has their tickets, who's 100% committed to building with you into Leadership Academy. So therefore you're duplicating the system. And of course, making sure everybody has their tickets to Leadership Academy, which is happening down there in, we're in Miami, Florida. We're at the James Knight Center. And that's where we're going to be located. So make sure you guys are locked in on that, 100% committed. And this is what it's going to take for the rubber to meet the road. And you leading by example. You know, it's always amazing, Jim, anytime any one of us have made that investment of tickets and then therefore automatically turned into an investment of time, which therefore, like JR always said, to the T to the Q, the quality time was invested in the right places going for these challenges. And then therefore the magic started to happen. You know, success started to fall right into place, right? But it all starts with our commitment first mentally, folks.
Yeah, it does. And getting those tickets is your commitment to yourself with what you're going to do and getting your team to commit to those as well. You know, we talked about a number of things, Cullen, and I know we're only have a few minutes left. I do want to say on a couple things. If you have new people coming in your organization, take the time to coach them exactly what to do in terms of placing that volume. Don't leave it to chance. Take the time to do that. Print off. You can go to the back office and you can print off the Chairman's Challenge, the what are you going to do with the dash challenge, and you can print it off just so you have it in front of you. Even though it's going to be on unfranchised.com, I like things that are right in front of me so I know what I'm doing with that. Someone asked the question, like, where are they going to log it in? That's coming. That's, as I mentioned, that's going to be on your unfranchised.com with that as you do that. So you'll be able to log that in. And it can be any audios from JR, which you can get right on your app. It can be videos from YouTube of JR, but it's taking the learning points. Yes, someone wrote tickets equals belief. And I agree with that. And Cullen, as you mentioned, anyone who's ever achieved great things stepped out of the comfort zone and said, I'm going to make it happen. One thing I know, and one thing Cullen knows and our team knows, is that you can do this. We've got 195 days until the next event. So when you look at this challenge, you have a lot of time to be able to hit it, because it's a little longer period of time between this one and the one in March. Set your goals, get after it. How many people can we get there? Those of you who are at ICON, wasn't that the best event that you've ever seen to be able to have? So don't remember, leadership school is going to be the functionality of everything we do and we get after. So it's I'm glad we got to spend some time, Cullen, sharing some things with everybody. I know a number of you may need bliss after our fast run through this. I know I've got it right here.
There you go. I love that. I love that. And a couple of questions got to ask. How long do customers have to withdraw cash, like from the Vyft wallet? There's no timeline on that.
Nope,
So there's no timeline that has to happen to do that anytime. Is Vyft going to replace credit and account? Everybody's credit and account was moved into your Vyft wallet automatically.
Correct.
So nothing you need to do with that. It's automatically part of your Vyft wallet. And of course, you can use your Vyft wallet towards checking out, towards purchases within your unfranchised.com, or you can have money just sent to you out of the Vyft wallet, of course, as well, just like normal, but it's already part of everyone's Vyft wallet. So we have that all locked in as well. So definitely be leveraging that as a recruiting technique for people to know that this is the future. This is where it's headed. People look at the Vyft wallet. I can get paid instantly. I could do it, or I shouldn't say instantly. We call it instantly, but it's daily pay. It's daily pay, or it's, you can wait, like 3 days and then get paid later on it with no, without worrying about the higher fee amount. By the way, any fees we get charged is fees we're getting charged. And so we're just passing the fee along to break even on whatever's happening with any of that. Every company is doing it that way. It's just the standard operating procedure with any other wallets in the world. But how awesome is it, Jim, that our company created our own wallet? I think it's pretty amazing.
It's incredible, Cullen. I mean, everything the company's been coming out with and what they've been doing, I'm very proud of all of our teammates. Proud of you. You've done an incredible job, by the way. I think everybody can give a big shout out for Cullen and all the things he has done. Cullen, what was you as well, Jim? Come on. The retailing sheet, where do they find that in support materials, and what is the name of it? So they
could just type in ICON. Just type in ICON and support materials, and one of the it'll pop right up that this is the retailing resource guide, and you'll see the big picture of JR on there, and it's kind of like at the color scheme that we use for ICON. Right. So just type in ICON, and then it's the resources that are support ICON will pop right up. Great. There we go, guys. Well, thank you so much. This was everybody have a great evening and go out and do something positive for your business.
That's right. This was our fast recap. We hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you again at a live event near you soon. Take care. Thanks, Cullen.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Jim.